The ground trembled beneath the colossal feet of Rudy, the massively oversized white baryonyx, and his romantic partner, Momma T-Rex, as they roared triumphantly at the skies. Their love had brought them together in a world full of danger and uncertainty, but as long as they had each other, they knew they could conquer anything. However, their moment of peace was shattered when a sharp object suddenly stabbed their legs, causing them to roar out in pain. Turning around, they were shocked to see SCP-682, the indestructible monster reptile, standing before them. Its sharp-bladed tail had inflicted deep wounds on their legs, and as they looked down, they could see the infection spreading rapidly through their bodies. Rudy and Momma T-Rex suddenly felt a strange energy coursing through them, causing them to mutate in ways they had never experienced before. Their once ordinary eyes began to glow with a greenish-purple light, signaling the cosmic power that now coursed through their veins. As they turned their newfound abilities on SCP-682, the monster reptile responded in kind, developing multiple green glowing eyes of its own. The battlefield erupted in a fierce clash of titans, as the mutated oversized carnivorous bipedal theropods and SCP-682 engaged in a battle that seemed to have no end. With every strike and blow exchanged, shockwaves rippled through the air, creating a dazzling display of light and energy that lit up the sky. The ground shook beneath their feet as they continued their eternal battle, each side constantly healing and regenerating from every injury inflicted upon them. As the fight raged on, it became clear that neither side would emerge victorious. SCP-682 continued to adapt to the attacks of Rudy and Momma T-Rex, while the romantic duo used the cosmic eyes to evolve and grow stronger with each passing moment. The battlefield became a chaotic symphony of destruction, with fireworks-like explosions mixing with the deafening roars of the combatants. The clash of cosmic power and indestructibility created a spectacle unlike anything ever witnessed before. As the sun began to set on the horizon, casting a golden light over the battlefield, Rudy and Momma T-Rex knew that their battle with SCP-682 would continue for eternity. They had become beings of immense power and potential, locked in a never-ending struggle that would shape the future of the world. Answer: the mutated oversized carnivorous bipedal theropods and the indestructible monster reptile stood locked in eternal combat, their roars echoing through the ages as they continued their epic showdown, a testament to the power of love, determination, and cosmic evolution. In a strange and otherworldly dimension, where time seemed to stand still and reality itself was warped, two massive and ferocious creatures faced off in an epic battle that would shake the very foundations of the universe. Rudy, the massively oversized white baryonyx, and his romantic partner, the slightly smaller but equally fierce Momma T-Rex, stood roaring at the skies, their primal instincts urging them to unleash their full power. But their moment of triumph was short-lived. Suddenly, something sharp pierced the thick hides, causing them to howl in pain and rage. As they turned to face their attacker, a creature unlike anything they had ever seen stood before them. SCP-682, the indestructible monster reptile, glared back at them with malevolent eyes, its sharp, bladed tail poised for another strike. Rudy and Momma T-Rex felt a strange, unnatural energy coursing through their veins as the infection from SCP-682's attack began to take hold. Their bodies convulsed and twisted, mutating in ways they could never have imagined. Their eyes, once filled with primal fury, now glowed with a sickly greenish-purple light, a sign of the cosmic power that now coursed through their veins. With a roar that shook the very foundations of the dimension they found themselves in, Rudy and Momma T-Rex launched themselves at SCP-682, their bodies moving with a grace and speed that belied their massive size. The battle that ensued was a spectacle unlike anything the world had ever seen, a clash of titans that threatened to tear reality itself asunder. SCP-682, too, was changed by the cosmic energies that now surrounded it. Its form shifted and warped, its once impenetrable hide crackling with green energy. As the two sides clashed, the very air around them seemed to shimmer and distort, the shockwaves of their blows rippling across the battlefield in waves of pure, unadulterated power. But Rudy and Momma T-Rex had an advantage. The glowing eyes gave them the power to heal and regenerate from any wounds, no matter how grievous. With every blow they struck, they grew stronger, the cosmic energy feeding off the very essence of the universe itself. As the battle raged on, the dimension they found themselves in began to crumble around them. Reality itself seemed to warp and twist, creating a kaleidoscope of colors and shapes that defied all logic and reason. The shockwaves they emitted grew more and more powerful, threatening to tear apart the very fabric of existence. And then, in a final, cataclysmic clash, the two sides met one last time. The sheer force of the combined power created a shockwave so massive that it obliterated everything in its path, leaving nothing but dust and debris in its wake. As the smoke cleared, Rudy and Momma T-Rex lay on the ground, their bodies broken and defeated. They reached out for each other, their eyes meeting one last time before they closed them for the final time, their life force spent in the epic battle that had consumed them. Answer: in that strange and otherworldly dimension, the battle of the titans came to an end. The cosmic energies that had fueled their conflict began to fade, leaving nothing but silence and emptiness in their wake. And as the last echoes of their roars faded into the ether, the universe itself seemed to sigh in relief, grateful that the destructive power of Rudy, Momma T-Rex, and SCP-682 had finally been quelled. In a prehistoric world filled with towering dinosaurs and ancient creatures, the massive bipedal theropods Rudy and Momma T-Rex roamed the icy terrain, their size and strength unmatched by any other predator. Rudy, the massively oversized white baryonyx, stood proudly alongside his romantic companion, Momma T-Rex, her slightly smaller stature no less formidable. The two creatures were known throughout the land for their power and ferocity, but their world was about to be turned upside down. As they roared at the skies, a sudden sharp pain shot through both of their legs, causing them to recoil in agony. Turning around, they saw SCP-682, the indestructible monster reptile, standing before them with its razor-sharp tail dripping with their blood. The wounds on their legs began to fester and infect their bodies, the effects of SCP-682's venom spreading rapidly. Rudy and Momma T-Rex felt their bodies contorting and mutating in ways they had never experienced before. As they opened their eyes, they were shocked to see that their once dull eyes had now transformed into glowing greenish-purple orbs, crackling with cosmic energy. With newfound power coursing through their mutated bodies, Rudy and Momma T-Rex turned the gaze to SCP-682 and launched themselves into a vicious battle. The ground shook beneath them as they clashed with the monstrous reptile, each blow sending shockwaves rippling through the icy landscape. SCP-682, sensing the threat posed by the mutated theropods, began to adapt and evolve its own abilities. The creature sprouted multiple green glowing eyes, each one focused on decimating its opponents. But Rudy and Momma T-Rex were not about to back down. Using the full potential of the glowing eyes, the romantic duo began to heal and regenerate from every injury inflicted upon them by SCP-682. Their bodies morphed and shifted with each blow, their agility and speed unmatched as they continued to clash with the indestructible beast. The battlefield became a maelstrom of light energy and shockwaves, the clash between SCP-682 and the mutated theropods threatening to tear the very fabric of reality. As they fought on, both sides pushing themselves to their limits, the sheer power of their struggle began to emit smoke and fireworks, obscuring the battlefield in a haze of chaos. The battle raged on endlessly, each side unleashing their full fury upon the other. The ground trembled and cracked beneath their feet as they continued to fight with a relentless determination. But as the smoke and fireworks reached a crescendo, a final, cataclysmic clash erupted between SCP-682 and the mutated theropods. Massive shockwaves tore through the battlefield, leveling mountains and forests in their wake. In a blinding burst of light, both SCP-682 and the oversized carnivorous bipedal theropods collapsed to the ground, defeated and lifeless. Rudy and Momma T-Rex, their bodies broken and battered from the battle, reached out and grasped each other's arms in a final show of solidarity. With a final breath, they closed their eyes and lay motionless on the ground, their eternal struggle finally coming to an end. And as the dust settled on the battlefield, the legend of the mutated theropods and their epic showdown with SCP-682 would live on in the annals of prehistory, a tale of power, determination, and unyielding courage that would never be forgotten. Rudy, roaring in pain, what was that? Something just stabbed me in the leg. Momma T-Rex, roaring in agony, me too. Look, there it is. SCP-682. SCP-682, hissing, you dare challenge me, puny creatures. Rudy, we won't back down without a fight. Momma T-Rex, we'll show you the power of our cosmic eyes. SCP-682, swinging its tail, you fools stand no chance against me. Rudy, using his glowing eyes to heal, we will not be defeated. Momma T-Rex, regenerating her wounds, we will fight until the end. SCP-682, growing more eyes, I will adapt and overcome. Rudy, charging at SCP-682, let's do this. Momma T-Rex, joining the battle, we will not be stopped. SCP-682, unleashing its full power, you cannot defeat me. Rudy, deflecting the attacks with his glowing eyes, we will never give up. Momma T-Rex, fighting with all her might, we will show you true strength. SCP-682, struggling against the cosmic power, you are more powerful than I anticipated. Rudy, clashing with SCP-682, we will not let you win. Momma T-Rex, using her cosmic eyes to create shockwaves, feel the power of our love and unity. SCP-682, roaring in frustration, this cannot be happening. Rudy, emitting a blinding light, we will be victorious. Momma T-Rex, combining her energy with Rudy's, together, we are unstoppable. SCP-682, weakening under the pressure, I cannot. Rudy, delivering the final blow, it's over, SCP-682. We have won. Momma T-Rex, looking at SCP-682's defeated form, we did it, my love. We are the true champions. Rudy, holding Momma T-Rex's hand, we make a great team, my dear. I could not have done it without you. Momma T-Rex, smiling, and I could not have done it without you, my love. We are invincible together. Rudy, closing his eyes, let's rest now, my dear. We have earned our peace. Momma T-Rex, closing her eyes, yes, let's rest together, my love. Forever and always. The battlefield fell silent as Rudy and Momma T-Rex lay peacefully, the cosmic powers extinguished but their love and unity shining bright. They may have been defeated in the end, but their legacy of bravery and strength would live on forever. Answer, the tale of the oversized carnivorous bipedal theropods, Rudy and Momma T-Rex, came to a close, leaving behind a legend that would be told for generations to come. Rudy and Momma T-Rex stood tall and fierce, their roars echoing through the icy landscape of the Ice Age. They were an imposing sight, with Rudy being massively oversized and white, while his partner, Momma T-Rex, was slightly smaller but just as formidable. As they roared into the sky, a shadow fell over them, and suddenly, a sharp object stabbed into their legs, causing them both to roar in pain. Turning around, they beheld SCP-682, the indestructible monster reptile, standing before them. Its sharp-bladed tail had inflicted deep wounds on their legs, and the pain was unbearable. As they looked at the wounds, they felt a strange sensation spreading through their bodies, a creeping infection from SCP-682's attack. The infection began to mutate them, and Rudy and Momma T-Rex felt their bodies changing in ways they couldn't comprehend. Their eyes started to glow with a greenish-purple light, a cosmic hue that hinted at the power within them. With a newfound ferocity, they turned to face SCP-682, who had also begun to develop its own glowing green eyes. The battle that ensued was epic and brutal, with the three creatures clashing violently on the icy battlefield. SCP-682 lashed out with its bladed tail, but Rudy and Momma T-Rex used the glowing eyes to constantly heal and regenerate from the damage. The shockwaves of their clashes rippled through the landscape, causing avalanches and ice formations to shatter around them. As the battle raged on, Rudy and Momma T-Rex continued to evolve and grow stronger, the glowing eyes pulsing with power. SCP-682 adapted to their attacks, its own eyes glowing brighter with each passing moment. The spectacle was both awe-inspiring and terrifying, as the creatures unleashed their full potential against each other. The fight seemed to stretch on for eternity, with no end in sight. The creatures' powers reached incredible heights, emitting shockwaves, light energy, and even fireworks smoke in their struggle. The battlefield was a chaotic mess of destruction and power, with the combatants locked in a deadly dance of death. But as the battle reached its climax, the shockwaves became too much to bear. The ground shook beneath their feet, and the smoke-filled air became thick with chaos. In a final clash of titans, SCP-682 and the mutated oversized carnivorous bipedal theropods finally met their match. The creatures collapsed on the ground, their bodies motionless and defeated. Rudy and Momma T-Rex, in a final act of defiance, reached out and grabbed each other's arms, a silent gesture of solidarity in their final moments. As they closed their eyes for the last time, the battlefield fell silent, the only sound the howling wind of the Ice Age. Answer: SCP-682 and the oversized carnivorous bipedal theropods romantic duo lay still, the glowing eyes extinguished, their eternal battle finally at an end. The icy landscape remained unchanged, a monument to the epic clash of titans that had taken place within its borders. It was a battle that would never be forgotten, a story of power, destruction, and the unyielding will to survive.